What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck. Real Cowboys fans, stand up, and you're now tuned into CFO Sports. So, we're getting ready to head to Denver, get ready to play the Denver Broncos. We got a scrimmage coming up this week. Also, we finally got some football on Saturday. But what I wanted to do today is take a quick second to talk about something a little bit different. And as you know, one of my favorite players, man, on the planet is Dez Bryant. And this past April at the NFL draft, I got the opportunity to meet Dez, talk to Dez about a few different things. And if you don't know, Dez is extremely passionate about personal corner. So I've always had questions about personal corner. So we talked about it. I was able to join the Discord. Great community, right? But we also have some guys who I worked closely with before who's killing it right now with the podcast game, man. These young guys are some of my favorites on the internet, and they're working directly with Dez. So I reached out to him, was like, yo, can you come onto the channel today and talk to the community about personal corner and really explain what's going on? And we're also going to talk some football. So CFO fam, I want to give a warm welcome to my guys, Bryce and Gannon. What's going on, fam?
It's going great. It's a blast to finally be here. I know Jay Tuck and I, we've gone back and forth talking about making this a reality, and now finally we got the chance to hop on here. So we're blessed to be able to sit here and talk about personal corner, talk about football, and just chop it up.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you. And I know, Bryce, like when I was in the Discord learning about personal corner, I was blowing you up, asking you questions about this, like that. So I appreciate you taking the time. 'Cause I know you're getting ready to ramp up for football season. So I thank you guys for coming on. Gannon, my guy, man, how you doing, bro?
Good, live it. It kind of feels like we were just sitting in this position in March for the pre-draft coverage we had.
Right. Yeah,
it's good to be back on here a little different way, but it's going to be fun to let some people know kind of what Personal Corner PC is all about, and also football is less than a month away. So
exactly,
I think that's,
man, less than a month away. So so let's go ahead and dive into it. So the people who see Dez Bryant, he's speaking passionately every morning, tweet, personal corner, personal corner. So I'm going to start with you, Bryce. Go ahead and explain to the people who don't know and have any idea, what is personal corner?
Well, I think when you think of personal corner, a lot of people on Twitter, they'll see what Dez is tweeting out there with videos, interactions he has with fans, and just people in general on Twitter. And immediately, I think what jumps out is that it's just an NFT brand. But the more and more that me and Gannon have gotten involved in this, we've come to realize it is way more than just learning about NFTs. Dez has this mantra, for the athlete, by the athlete, and that's exactly what he's living and dying by, being able to do something for the athletes that's never been done before. I know when you start to think about it, when have athletes ever truly been protected? The world we live in as athletes today, they're seen as objects. I mean, you start to look at them signing contracts, with business deals, endorsements, all of that. I think what personal corner is, it's trying to take that away from the businesses, from the endorsements, and put something out there for the athlete that allows them to be themselves, allows them to kind of have their own likeness in a way. Instead of being the face of a brand, they're the face of their own brand. They're the face of themselves, and I think that's the special and rarity within personal corner that I don't think we've ever seen before.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that was preached on the Discord and also on the Zoom session that we had. Is about giving back to the athlete, and I think that's what Dez is really passionate about, because you see him on different podcasts, different shows. Like every morning, he is about looking out for the athlete, and I think right now, conceptually, a lot of athletes don't grasp it, right? So, Gannon, I'm gonna toss this question to you. For the person who's novice, like I was, to be honest with you, like I bought some NFTs strictly because Dez was talking about it. So I say, you know what, bro, I don't know what Dez is talking about, but hell, if Dez is in, I'm in, so I bought a few, right? But for the person who really doesn't understand, Gannon, go ahead and tell them what is an NFT, and then also how does it separate through personal corner versus what you might see just randomly on the internet doing your own self-research.
so it's kind of funny you said that when you kind of just bought some, you saw the Dez Bryant association with the juggernauts and all that. That's kind of how Bryce and I got into the NFT world. I think that was a cool thing because we knew so much of the business, not so much of the business world, but the sports world a little bit and all that. But we had no idea of how an NFT or even what it stood for. It was a non-fungible token. That was the first thing that we learned back in our first couple meetings. But that was the interesting thing because there's been a lot of different companies, the Bored Apes, all the other NFTs have been thrown out these last couple of years, and it's taken the crypto world by storm. Like it's just, they've done that, but unique spin of what personal corner throws into this It's for the athlete, by the athlete, but it's because the athlete's in charge. And I think that's the biggest thing in this situation. That it kind of switched back a little bit of a side story, but how I first really got connected with Dez Bryant and their story was a podcast. I'm trying to think if it was, I can't remember whose it was, but it was a year or two.
You're talking about the one with Brandon Marshall and
yeah, I Am Athlete, and it's a great one, and it gave a rundown of Dez's story and really his specifics in his NFL career about how everybody just above him had the money and the power and all that, and they controlled the stuff and how he moved and how he did it as a player. And he didn't want to have that going forward for the rest of the generations of athletes. And I think that's the spin that he's found with getting in connections with the NFT world, using his basis in the football world and combining those two together and making it what PC is. Because the names that are just thrown around in some meetings that Dez, is getting in contact with, they're going to have a meeting with tomorrow or text Bryce or something. It's a little blowing, but it's also like this is what the vision of what Personal Corner is turning into.
Right. I agree. So, and that's something when I met Dez in Vegas, man, like I sat there and asked him, because like I said, I always wanted to ask Dez one question, right? And it wasn't even football related, because people got to understand, Dez Bryant has had access to the Holy Trinity, I say, of branding, right? Jay-Z, Michael Jordan, and Jerry Jones. It gets no bigger than that. And so when I sat down and talked to Dez in Vegas, he was kind enough to answer that question. I was like, what is the most valuable thing that he learned from being tied to those three, right? And he talked about community, right? Building your network, extending your brand, right? And it's about just the community first. And that's something that Dez always really put forth. Like, even when he was a Dallas Cowboy, biggest star on the planet, right? You would see Dez at the local gyms playing basketball with just randoms, right? He was always about the community, and to see him kind of do that with Personal Corner, especially because Dez Bryant, he's already solidified, right? He ain't got to give back to these younger athletes. He don't have to work with people like yourself. He could be a millionaire and move on, but Dez genuinely cares about what's going on, and especially the athletes. So that's why he's so passionate about this. So for you two, I know you guys got an opportunity to work closely with Dez in this Personal Corner project. What was the experience like for you guys?
I think first off, having the opportunity, a big shout out goes to Dez and Luke McBatterson, who gave us this shot to be interns this summer with Personal Corner. Especially without Luke. Luke was the driving force behind this, allowing us to have this opportunity. When you start to think about everything that we've learned this summer, just the business aspect of it, understanding the athlete more as a person and less as a player, understanding that they're not just your entertainment on a weekend. They're not just someone that you put on your TV screen and just yell at, scream at. Because I know growing up, that's exactly something I did, was yell at the TV like, oh, this player did that, he did that, why'd he do that? But then you start to understand the human aspect of it. And I think that's one key takeaway I will take away from Personal Corner this summer, is just understanding the athlete is not just an athlete. The athlete is a human, and we all have feelings, we all have emotions, and people need to understand that the way they view and treat athletes, hold themselves accountable for how they treat athletes. I think that's a crucial aspect to it all. But the NFT world, I was able to learn a ton more about NFTs because, like Gannon said, when we hopped in, we had no clue. I was doing this because, just like yourself, Jay Tuck, like Dez Bryant, like that's the inspiration I had growing up. Like I played wide receiver in high school. That's, Gannon knows, like that's the guy I looked up to my entire life. So to be able to have an opportunity to work under him, work for him, it's been huge, and I've been blessed every step of the way.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I didn't know what Dez was talking about, but hey, if he's passionate about it, I'm jumping in with you. And when I was in the Zoom session and also in the Discord, I had so many questions, but I didn't want to be that person that's holding up the conversation, asking a question every 5 minutes. But Gannon, for someone like me, or just someone watching this video right now who wants to be a part of Personal Corner, how do they even start?
I think this is a very good question, because this is something Bryce and I ask each other a lot as we're trying to get some ideas, brainstorming for Personal Corner. And it's just as simple as downloading the app if you don't have it, the Discord app, and joining the Personal Corner Discord. That's the biggest thing. That's where communications are getting thrown out about your announcements if you're looking to get into that. But the best way to do it is to join the next NFT 101 class, Zoom, which is a presentation that Bryce and I designed specifically for people getting new into the NFT world. And it sounds so cliche because it feels like you're in a 8th grade presentation and you're looking at a PowerPoint. But like the way we made it and all that, it's very detailed, but not something that kills you and bores you and puts you to sleep in this presentation. So it's every Thursday. You can sign up through Personal Corner social medias for the Zoom link and get on there. You're going to have a chance to talk to Dez because Dez hops in on all of them and interacts with the people on there. Sometimes you might get lucky. There might be 5 people on there, and you might even have a 5 to 10 minute conversation with him. I know that's stuff happened when he didn't even know who we were. But that's what I would tell somebody right now is to just do that. Start looking around, doing your research because it's a whole different vocabulary. It's a whole different world than it really is. And it's still something that my mind's actually comprehending each day as we learn different types of stuff.
Right.
But the slideshow and getting in with Dez and the NFT 101 for Personal Corner is going to be the foundation that you set for all your vocabulary, how you handle your money in your MetaMask, which is a wallet that you're going to handle your NFTs and all your artwork through. But that's the biggest thing. It's taking something one step at a time, especially because I'm talking as this through the experience of me doing this, because it was a lot right away. I was, a little overwhelmed about learning about this while also trying to work and carry the podcast because it was something I didn't know, but it's something that Bryce and I have been able to grow. And it was just the basics. If you know the vocabulary, you know how to open up some of the apps and just get on Discord. And that's when the opportunities open up. It's really that simple.
Exactly. And like I say, it wasn't a boring presentation because it had me engaged the entire time. Like I said, I could have gone about 2 more hours, man. And like, to be honest with you, I was messaging Bryce like, how the hell you even use a Discord, man? I'm old school, man. I was like, how the hell you use a Discord? But I'm telling you, once you join the community, there's some great guys and some great girls in there that you have great conversations. I mean, I talked to a Space Bat, the other day. I mean, was having some conversations just on Twitter talking about a few things, man. So it's definitely a community you want to be a part of. Like I said, it's always good, y'all, to learn and grow. Like, never stay stagnant, even if it's NFTs. I'm not a crypto guy, to be honest with you. I don't know much about it, but I learned so much by being in that Zoom session. It was really eye-opening, and now I know the way I've been handling NFTs was completely wrong. Now, again, I'm going to pick on you, right, because you got on a Green Bay hat, so I'm surprised Dez Bryant even let you get that close to him. So I'm gonna flip over to football, man. So I'm gonna start with you, Gannon. How is the Packers going, and what is your thoughts for this upcoming season?
It's I'm a little easier than I thought I'd be at this time if you asked me about 2-3 months ago, but I'm not really concerned with how Aaron Rodgers and some of the offense is because, in my opinion, if the Packers want to get back to a Super Bowl level and win some playoff games, they need to run the ball a lot more with A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones and kind of split it up more like a 60-40 pass and run game, in my opinion, which I don't think is going to happen. But I think to have more offensive success and take the pressure of some of the wideouts, there's going to be a lot of pressure on them. But the most intriguing thing for the Packers is the defense. It's kind of scary to say that. It hurts me a little bit because I'm expecting a lot from them, but I also know how Packers defenses in the past have played. But there's a lot of guys that they brought back. The defense is just deep, and it's fun to see the footage back. And Romeo Dubes is the rookie number 87, the wideout that we got in the 5th, 6th round. He's been killing Jair Alexander about every other play, which I don't know, good or bad. But
for fantasy purposes.
But no, it's definitely a guy that I would look out for, a young target that could maybe turn into what Devontae did a little bit, just as the early part of their career, to get a guy with Rodgers, because Rodgers is going to have to mold with some young player, and Christian Watson's hurt right now. He's rehabbing back from a lower body injury, but we'll see. It's Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. We still run the North majority of the time, so it's going to be another fun year.
Right. Now, you see my guy, Bryce, he reps Dallas, man. So, we're going to run into Aaron Rodgers out there in Green Bay in November, man. So, Bryce, what is your expectations for the Cowboys of what you've seen thus far, and what is your expectations for the season?
I think first off, with the Green Bay hat on and my best friend being a Packers fan, I gotta let you know that Dez caught it.
Yeah, he did caught it. Right.
Yeah, he caught it.
Right, you agree, right? Get it? Like, don't make me mute you, man.
He can't catch it, so that's the rule.
But yeah, so I talking Cowboys football. I got to take a deep breath to talk about this because the offseason that the Dallas Cowboys have had, it's just so it's boring. It's interesting in the same sentence as well because you see flashes of Dallas wanting to get better, but then at the same time you see them making moves like re-signing Brett Maher to come back and kick. Like a little move like that. It's just triggering, I think, sometimes as a fan to see the moves that are done or lack thereof moves not being made. But I'm interested to see what Dallas can do this year. I think it's really going to be a tell to see what Dak's able to do. I mean, CD Lamb's going to step into that wide receiver one role, no problem, no issue there. He's built for it. He's ready for that. But then you got the Gallup injury. That'll be interesting to see when he returns. So you're going to have to start to lean on the younger guys. Jalen Tolbert, he's going to have to be play a big role in the offense, quite honestly. And then you got Noah Brown, who's stepped up in camp so far, who's looked good. Hopefully he can be that wide receiver 3, wide receiver 2 if he has to be, I guess, because we haven't chosen to take a flyer on any veteran, Emmanuel Sanders, Beasley, just someone that we can reach out to, I guess. That's something I'd like to see. But when it comes to expectations, I guess, for Dallas right now, I'm going to tamper those expectations because I personally I think the division's going to be a little tougher than people expect. Other than maybe the Giants and the Commanders, I guess. But I think Philly could fight with us this year. And that pains me to say it.
Right.
I mean, I still don't think they have the quarterback. I personally am not all in on Jalen Hurts, but the A.J. Brown move, some of the moves that they made this offseason, it does. And when you see a division rival that's working to get better and making moves to get better, it angers you when you're a fan of a team that seems to remain the same and stick with the players year in and year out. But I think Dallas has got a chance to make a playoff run this year. We'll see what happens, but I think we still have the talent. I mean, we got the talent on paper. On the defensive side of the ball, I mean, obviously you got Diggs, Parsons, 2 absolute studs, and then having Hooker being able to have a full year off of an injury coming in to be your safety. The defensive side of the ball, losing Gregory will be tough, but I mean, Dorrance Armstrong, you got D-Law as always. I mean, the defensive side of the ball is going to be solid. Right. So it'll be interesting to see, but I think Dallas can win the division again and hopefully win a playoff game this year.
Right, and hopefully beat those Packers. But, hey, my guys, man, I appreciate you for coming on. For everyone watching, let them know where they can find you, Bryce.
Yes, sir. First off, I want to say thank you to J Tuck. I appreciate it very much for you giving us this opportunity to come on here and just speak a little bit about Personal Corner and who we are as football fans. But you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at I am Bryce Carlson, and as well on our podcast channel 365 Unlimited on YouTube, and that's on Twitter and Facebook and IG as well. So make sure to check us out. Check out our podcast. We do sports interviews, a variety of everything. So, yeah, that's where you can find us, or find me, I guess.
Yeah. Don't worry about finding Gannon. He's a Packers fan. No, we're Gannon. Tell everybody where they can find you, my guy.
Yeah, you can find me at Ruckman Gannon on Twitter, and then Gannon Ruckman on Instagram, and then Bryce already dropped all of our 365 Unlimited. So, I really could care less about my personal account, so kind of get in tune with the 365 Unlimited.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Get on the way before it's too late. That's really all I got to say. We've got big visions coming, and we're going to keep plugging each day. But, Jay Tuck, it was awesome to chop it up again. I know we're going to do this some other time coming up.
Yeah.
On one of our –
we'll definitely have to do it at Green Bay week, man. We're gonna bring it. We'll see.
That's perfect. We're going to put that in the calendar right now. But, yeah.
That'd be nice.
It's just fun to interact and somebody new. And, I only go to school like an hour and 40 outside KC, so I might have to let you know if I'm in the area sometime.
Yeah, man, hit me up, man. I'm here in Kansas City, man, so, if you're ever in town, let me know, bro. Hit me, and we'll go do some stuff, man, and maybe go to a Chiefs game. I'm not decided if I'm going to go to this Chiefs-Chargers game, man, because I know it's going to be a big game, but, I'm kind of focused on my Cowboys right now and getting ready for this season, so we play Saturday versus the Denver Broncos, and it's up from there, man. But, hey, my guys, I appreciate you guys for coming on. Keep up the great work. I tell you this off cam all the time, man. I expect your hustle. I expect your grind. Love everything that you're doing, man. Y'all killing out there. Keep going. I know Bryce is getting ready for football season. He's in the middle of practice right now in camp, man. So we got to let my guy Bryce get to bed, man. So he won't be out there slacking tomorrow. I'm like, I was only doing shows last night, man. But, hey, I appreciate you guys. Like I said, everyone, follow them on Twitter, follow them on Instagram, and learn more about Personal Corner in the community. Like I said, you're never going to miss out by just gaining the knowledge and just learning. You never know what you're going to learn. And like I said, Dez is he's on the Zoom calls, so it's nothing like Dez is just doing something then dipping out. Like, no, he's on the calls too because he's very passionate about it. So I encourage everyone to sign up and learn, man. It's your boy, J Tuck. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and go Cowboys. Peace.
again for having us, Jay Tuck.
I appreciate it, man.